Open up textbooks to page 169. You will need your pencil and highlighter because we are reading today. 169. Okay, we start our story, Thank You, Ma'am, by Langston Hughes. On 169, let's expand our vocabulary and go over our vocab words that we will read today. We have 5 of them. Swayed, mistrust, embarrass, latch, and barren. I want you to put a check mark next to the vocabulary words that you feel comfortable using when you speak with a friend or if you are writing. Put a check mark there.
Because I don't have my book on me, I don't know why. I'm just gonna listen to you.
Okay, so what you can do is you can open up your computer and log into the digital version of our story. Okay, it'll be located in Unit 2, and then in the top left-hand corner, all you have to do, it'll say Go to page, and you hit 169. Okay, and that will be on that Discover tab. You may also want to grab a scratch piece of paper so you can annotate along with us. Okay. Okay. Background on our author, Langston Hughes. He was raised in Lawrence, Kansas. As a child, he began a lifelong exploration of literature and blues music. He went to Columbia University in New York City and eventually was recognized for his writing talent. Hughes' work shows an understanding of everyday people, people who may not be famous or rich, but whose lives are inspiring and valuable nonetheless. All right, go ahead, turn to page 170. Let's get started with Thank You, Ma'am. Do you see how the word ma'am has apostrophe in it? What is that short for? Anybody have an idea? What is ma'am short for? Yes, but it's shortened. We have an apostrophe there. What do you think ma'am would be? Any ideas at all? Christine?
Madam.
Madam, very good. Could be madam, right? So our author didn't say thank you, madam. He said thank you, ma'am, with that apostrophe. He shortened it. And he shortened it for a way to show dialect. Okay, he wanted to show how our speech is every day. He wanted to draw us into the setting of this story to make it feel more real, or just imagine the characters a little bit better. Okay, because you're going to see some dialect as we read that matches that tone of thank you, ma'am. Okay, so the unexpected encounter could change, an unexpected encounter could change a life. Okay, look at that phrase, unexpected encounter. I want you to highlight it. Unexpected encounter. Have any of you ever had an unexpected encounter with somebody or something? Yes? Okay, Madeline, share.
One day I was walking and I saw a random cat walking to the road.
Okay, what was the effect of that encounter then? What color was the cat?
Orange.
Orange, okay. All right. Sometimes they can say black cats are superstitious, but did that effect have you seen that cat cross you? Any effect on you? Oh, where's that cat? Where's his home? Who does he belong to? Okay. Yeah, have a little bit of sympathy. You have some sympathy for those animals, don't you? You get a heart for them. Good. Okay. So let's get going. Would anybody like to volunteer to read paragraph 1 and start us right off? Anybody want to volunteer to read? All right, Christine, thank you. Go ahead. Y'all follow along. Your eyes are tracking in the book.
She was a large woman with a purse that had everything in it but hammer and nails. It had a long strap, and she carried it slung across her shoulder. It was about 11 o'clock at night, and she was walking alone when a boy ran up behind her and tried to snatch her purse. The strap broke with a single tug, and the boy gave it from behind. The boy's weight and the weight of the purse combined caused him to lose his balance, so instead of taking off full blast as he had hoped, the boy fell on his back on the sidewalk and his legs flew up. The large woman simply turned around and kicked him square in his blue jeans sitter. Then she reached down, picked up the boy by his shirt front, and shook him until his teeth rattled.
Okay, very good. So, who are we introduced to first?
The woman.
A large woman, right? Okay. What happens to this large woman? Harper? A boy comes up and takes her purse. Okay. So let's first talk about the setting where this all takes. We get introduced to this large woman. Where is our setting, Skylar?
The setting is a sidewalk late at night, and it's scary, and the woman is alone.
Very good. So let's highlight that in paragraph 1. It was about 11 o'clock at night. She's walking alone. How does the setting influence the woman's external conflict with the boy? Think about that. Lainey?
It makes it a little bit more scary.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Grayson, you want to add on?
Makes the woman alone, so maybe she's more vulnerable.
Well, yes, absolutely. She's more vulnerable. So just imagine this. You're on a sidewalk. There's nobody around yet, and it's 11 o'clock at night. So maybe it feels a little ominous or eerie. Maybe it's just in a sketchy part of town, right? And she's alone. She's just the fact that a woman is by herself in the middle of the night is not safe. So maybe she's not safe where she's at in this part of town. And here comes this boy, and he snatches her purse. And does she call the cops, call 911? No, she doesn't, does she? What does she do? She does say that louder? She fights back, right? She grabs hold of him by his shirt. She yanks him up. She kicks him. And it says that she shook him until his teeth rattled, right? So let's write down how the setting influences the woman's external conflict with the boy, right here in our margins. Write that down. And it would help if I had my pen with me. Here to go. So we can say that the setting is a sidewalk. When? Late at night. Okay.
It's scary, and the woman is alone.
Yes. It's scary. And the woman is alone. So she doesn't have much help, does she? All right. Let's move to page 171. After that, the woman said, "Pick up my pocketbook, boy, and give it here." She still held him, but she bent down enough to permit him to stoop and pick up her purse. Then she said, "Now, ain't you ashamed of yourself?" Firmly gripped by his shirt front, the boy said, "Yes'm." The woman said, What did you want to do it for?" The boy said, "I didn't aim to." And she said, "You lie." By the time 2 or 3 people passed, stopped, turned to look, and some stood watching. "If I turn you loose, will you run?" asked the woman. "Yes'm," said the boy. "Then I won't turn you loose," said the woman. She did not release him. "I'm very sorry, lady, I'm sorry," whispered the boy. "Mm-hmm. And your face is dirty. I got a great mind to wash your face for you. Ain't you got nobody at home to tell you to wash your face?" "No'm," said the boy. "Then it will get washed this evening," said the large woman, starting up the street, dragging the frightened boy behind her. He looked as if he were 14 or 15, frail and willow wild, in tennis shoes and blue jeans. The woman said, "You ought to be my son. I would teach you right from wrong. Least I can do right now is to wash your face. Are you hungry?" "No'm," said the being dragged boy. I just want you to turn me loose." "Was I bothering you when I turned that corner?" asked the woman. Know him? But you put yourself in contact with me, said the woman. If you think that contact is not going to last a while, you got another thing coming. When I get through with you, sir, you are going to remember Miss Luella Bates Washington Jones. Okay, who would like to summarize what is happening so far? Okay, Grayson?
She's taking the boy to go wash his face and feed him.
Yeah, she's taking the boy to go wash his face, right? Yesterday we talked a lot about the still technique, right? So today, let's look at that beginning of the story so far. What does Roger's actions tell us about his character? If we look at the A, what does those actions tell us about Roger so far? What does the actions of Roger in the beginning of our story tell us about him? Lainey?
That he when he's desperate
Yes.
money and just stuff.
Good. Yeah, good. He may be desperate, right? He tries to steal that purse, so he might be poor or he might be hungry, correct? Yes? Are y'all with me? Yes? Okay. What does Mrs. Jones' speech tell us about her personality when she says, "Pick up my pocketbook, boy, give it here"? What does the speech tell us about her personality? Yes.
She's like more of the older type. She has like that country kind of talk,
Mm-hmm.
like she's raised children. She talks to them a lot and like
Yes. Would you like to add on?
it shows that she's like trying to teach him manners more when she's like, pick up my purse and give it to me instead of letting him go and her picking up her own.
Absolutely. I think we see Miss Jones, she takes charge of the situation, doesn't she? She's not afraid to handle herself or this teenage boy that's tried to steal her purse, is she? Okay, Madeline, do you want to add on?
Like when she like says that she'll his face and stuff, she kind of has like a motherly instinct.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We can see that just from her speech and her actions, she's angry. And then she's like, I'm going to tell you how you should behave, right? What do you think about Roger's thoughts? If we use the still technique and we talk about the T, the thoughts, what does the character think? What do you think might be going through his head as Miss Jones drags him home? What do you think's going through his head, Daniel?
He's scared.
He's scared. He's frightened, probably. Christine?
He might be a bit confused.
He might be confused, right? He might be embarrassed. I'm a 14, 15-year-old boy, and Mrs. Jones here is dragging me home with her, right? Would you feel a little bit of embarrassment or ashamed about that? Okay, very good. So we see in paragraphs 15 through 21. Put your eyes there. Let's highlight Miss Jones explaining how the boys should behave with people. Can you highlight and find those? It starts at 15. It says, then we're going to get washed this evening. Where else, Skylar?
In paragraph 17, it says, "You oughta to be my son. I would teach you right from wrong. Least I can do right now is wash your face. Are you hungry?"
Absolutely good. Yes. I'm going to tell you how to behave. We're going to go home and we're going to wash our face, right? She was like, was I bothering you? Why did you come around and steal from me, right? And then she says, when I get through with you in paragraph 21, you're going to remember Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones. Okay? So, how have the characters' words, actions, and interactions with each other so far affect the events in our story? Okay? How does all those things affect our story so far? How did Miss Jones start, and then how is she now? Grayson.
She started like really mad at him, and now she's like taking her home to teach him manners and get him washed up.
Absolutely. Did y'all hear Grayson? Y'all write that down. That's good. Jones is angry, but also caring. Would the events be the same with other characters?
No.
No? Okay, can you expand on that?
If it was like another woman, she might have called the cops and got him arrested.
Absolutely, yes. Any person might scream for help or call 911, right? Very good. Would anybody like to volunteer to read paragraph 22? All right, Cash, take it away.